Hello, Mr. Babs Adonike, if I don't spell it and pronounce correctly. Adenaike. I'm happy for the opportunity you have given me to speak with you today at the Brussels Business Auction floor, where we're presenting our projects. I know you've been one of the speakers from Pro-Invest today, and there's lots of things happening at the Pro-Invest. But I'm just interested in taking this information down to the community, because there are a lot of businesses from the ACP and also from Europe that would have been here today but are not here. I just want to hear from you how we can reach out more to some of these communities, and how we can work together also to be able to do this.
Okay, thank you very much. As you're aware, the Pro-Invest program itself has been in existence for since 2002. And all along, our key objective has been to ensure that the information is available to the private sector. So in fact, not just talking about information exchange, but building capacities within these organizations. And the capacity, of course, relates one to their ability to find out what the information is, how to use the information, and how to use that information to be able to service the needs of their members. Because at the end of the day, when we talk about the private sector and intermediary organizations, which is the line of business where we are, the intermediary organizations, we are talking about organizations that have members. And the members are the small and medium-sized enterprises. So essentially for us, we are saying that if the Chamber of Commerce is a point in contact where you can go to and find out information about either a donor organization like the major one where we are in, the EU, then it allows you to be able to know how to identify the information within the EU, within the Commission, within the programs that the Commission manages, and of course even within the delegations which are in the various countries. So for us, building the capacities is one at the level of resources available, how to access information resources, and how to work with your partners or members to be able to develop projects.
Do you have a facility where chambers of commerce or who are really responsible for developing their members, or members directly could access that information?
Well, we are currently building as part of the mandate of the program, because as I said, we've been on since 2002. The experience that we've also had with a lot of PMUs which have been put in place after the PMU, the programs end, and that's the end of the information that is available to them. So one of the mandates that we have is to build a platform and e-knowledge center, but which we want to build not just as a virtual knowledge center that is database, that is information and all that, but a platform where the private sector is able to interact with each other, is able to put their information on, exchange their information, work with other stakeholders, because within the platform you have not just the private sector, you have the donor organizations, you have the EU as a major organization, you have consultants, that is expertise that could also be available. So we're looking at a virtual platform or marketplace whereby all these people are able to come together and exchange information, develop projects, organize and identify resources that can help them to build the projects.
Okay. Mr. Denek, I don't know if you've taken this into consideration. I'm based in the UK, and one of the programs we do there is training on ICT. It's been found that a lot of small to medium enterprises do not have competent knowledge, so are digitally excluded. I would assume that a lot of African-led SMEs would also suffer the same disadvantage, where they're not digitally excluded, or the cost of being online is quite expensive. Have you considered that in developing this online portal?
Yes, the online portal is something that we've been trying to build for the past 2 years, I must say. And of course, within the component of that portal is what we call external activities of the portal. So it's not just building a portal that allows the activities that I've described before, but also allows external activities whereby technical assistance can be brought to the aid of these private sector organizations or enterprises. There, we are able to build technical assistance to help to develop projects. I'll give you an example of two projects that we have currently going on in the Caribbean. One is we are helping them to identify and do an inventory of the ICT resources available within the Caribbean. And through this inventory of resources, develop projects or activities that will enhance the various private sector organizations to be able to operate. So we call that a competitive advantage for the ICT sector. The second part of it is also then leading on from that, because you have an inventory that gives you a global picture of what is happening. And then you have the next level where those people that have been resourced or inventorized know each other, know the sort of projects which are going on, know where information is and how to access the information, because these projects, we would not just leave them as an inventory that is put away on a shelf somewhere, but they are uploaded back into a platform. And in being loaded back into the platform, those people within those inventories have access to other private sector members and therefore are able to use that.
Okay. So you're kind of using second-tier organizations that have a large membership to filter down the information.
So on one hand, they have access to that information, and on the other hand, we also have the possibility that we give them technical assistance to enhance their ability to use the information.
And I assume that's why technical assistance to IOs is a very important role for your department.
Yes, it is. But I always say that when we look at the technical assistance, we started from the needs of the organization.
Can you say, what do you mean by technical assistance? Because somebody who's hearing it for the first time.
Yes, that's why I'm trying to step back a little bit. To say when we're talking about technical assistance, I'm not just talking about technical assistance to say, okay, there is a consultant who can help you to identify that or train or this or that. We're saying that we are helping you to identify your needs. And what are your needs? The needs of intermediary organizations are institutional, their communications, and they're in terms of resources. We are not able to operate at all the levels, but when you talk about the institutional capacity building, you can say, okay, we can help you to define your organigram, we can help you to define a strategy. Within that strategy, you know where you can go in terms of leading into resources, leading into services, and leading into other activities. And then, still calling it technical assistance, you now go that step further to say you have people who have the know-how. So, theoretically, you're saying technical assistance is the ability to use know-how to develop your own means to deliver services to your members. So that is my own definition of what technical assistance is.
Okay. Would you call mine a technical assistance? Because I need to devolve this information down to my members.
Yes, it is. Because, like I say, when you're talking about technical assistance, it imparts on information, resources, and ability to find out and use this thing. So it's all part of the skills development there. So you are acquiring the skills to know where the information is, how the information can benefit your members, and in benefiting your members, who are the best people to deliver the information. So that's where I, as a program and the manager of the program that I manage, we are able to now identify people who are able to assist you to deliver that. But of course, we go one step further to say it's not just sending somebody to come and help you. We also encourage, and that's part of what you saw in the large-scale projects that we've tried to put through the calls for proposals, to say certain intermediate organizations have the capacity, they are strong enough, they have an idea of what they want to do. But what they are not able to go to get over is the resources to do it, the programmation of what to do, and the identification of the various deliveries. So there, we encouraged people to say, we are able to organize a situation where you can have access to funds. With those funds, we can work with you and your members, and if you have partners, to be able to implement those activities.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. If you just remind our viewers again who you are.
The name is Babs Adenaike. I'm the program manager for ProInvest. ProInvest is an ACP EU program that was put in place since 2002 on behalf of the ACP group of states by the ACP Secretariat in Brussels, working with the EU. And through the EU, they were able to put together a program management unit that is located within the Center for the Development of Enterprise, CDE. As you were told earlier on, the CDE itself also is an institution that is given technical assistance to SMEs and intermediate organizations. So there is a sort of sustainability in terms of how we deliver technical assistance and instruments.
Thank you so much for your time.